Hello, everybody. Welcome to no, it's not a Monday. I don't have any metal bands. It's just me. I'm Rob. It's my birthday. And yes, I have COVID. Um, when I originally was going to do this live stream, I was going to tell you about some amazing things that's going to be coming up in the near future, but all those plans have been canceled right now because I am sick and I'm responsible. So I want to let you know. I figured I would make this um, live stream specifically about what I've got going on. Um, so I took a new job where I am with the general public, and thankfully, I have been vaccinated and I have been triple boosted. I got the most recent booster like a week and a half ago, with the new Omicron strand. So I think so. When I got back from my trip on Tuesday, I came home and I started feeling ill. Uh, Thanks a lot, Jaden. Thank you. I started feeling ill, and I had these at-home COVID tests, and so I took one, and it came up positive. I'd felt ill before, um, and I took the test and they always came back negative. So I was like, yeah, it's probably just allergies or something. I get allergies really bad. But I took the test and it came back positive. I was like, oh, after almost 3 years, it finally got me. But um, you know, I was like, I'm not going to do this live stream. I'm not going to feel well. And I originally scheduled it to be at 8 o'clock tonight because I figured that I was going to go to dinner with my parents. Well, obviously that's not happening. And then I decided to go ahead and do it at 5:30, so that way I would definitely be done in time to watch the ALCS game two. Um, I've got some Gatorade here from my friend. They're not sponsored, but my friend Jeff brought this to me today. He brought me some Gatorade, some medicine, and some breakfast tacos, which were awesome. Um, Lime cucumber. I've not had this flavor. I asked him if he could bring me some of the lime. I was thinking like the lemon lime. He got me the lime cucumber. I've not had this before. But you got to stay hydrated. You got to stay hydrated for one, and especially when you have COVID. Um, I can't taste. I can't taste it. Oh no, I can't taste it. I'm a foodie and I can't taste any. Oh my goodness. Well, I had the breakfast tacos earlier, and he gave me some hot sauce. He said, "This hot sauce is pretty hot," and I put the hot sauce. I could feel the heat in the hot sauce, but I cannot. Oh no! My parent. Okay. Also today, my mom made me a cake, and my dad delivered it. And he rang the doorbell, and I opened the door, and he was already in the car. I put my mask on, and I was gonna wave to him and say something. He was already gone. My parents, thankfully, have not gotten COVID yet. They've all been vaccinated and boosted and everything, so they're all good. But still, I'm vaccinated and boosted, and I still got it. But yeah, I can't give you an opinion. The official UEFA Champions League sports drink. Um, I can't, yeah, I don't taste anything. Maybe it's just a flavor. Maybe it's just a faint flavor. I don't know, man. Crazy. I'm gonna have to eat some other things and see if I'm having that same issue. That sucks. I like food. I like the taste of food. I f seemed like I was able to taste the cake and the tacos earlier. Well, like I said, the hot sauce for sure on the tacos. And those tortillas were really good, Jeff. You were right about that. Really, really good tortillas. But, yeah, so my birthday, I've been sleeping on my couch the past couple of nights because I'm trying to sleep more upright so I don't get a lot of drainage. Uh, you know, so let me tell you. my symptoms. I had body aches, a headache, and bad congestion. That's been it. Well, I've had a little bit of where my body feels like it's been getting hot and then it gets cold. But I've got a thermometer. I've been checking my thermometer. I've not had a fever. I got an oxygen sensor. My oxygen level is at 98, 99%. So as long as you're above 95, you're good. So um, I haven't had any diarrhea or nausea. I haven't been coughing aside from a little bit of coughing from drainage, just just um, to remove that. Um, so yeah, I don't feel great. I don't feel great at all, but I definitely am thankful that this is what it's been important to be vaccinated and to get all the boosters as soon as I could because um, if I wouldn't have done that, I'm an overweight guy in my 40s. I'm 45. I'm an overweight guy. I'm an obese man in my mid 40s. So an obese man in his mid 40s who is not vaccinated, well, hello, Demu, has a high risk of passing away. So um, it was imperative. I was, as soon as I could get that first vaccination in April of 2021, I drove 2 hours to Port Arthur to get it. And I made a whole video about it. I was on the Beaumont local news about it. You know, you just got a you just got a COVID booster and a flu shot today. Way to go, dude! Yeah, when I got my last COVID booster, I got the flu shot also, and I don't have health insurance right now. My new job, my health insurance won't kick in until the December 1st. So I don't have health insurance, so I can't afford to get really sick. When I went and got my COVID booster, that was free, and then I got the flu shot. The pharmacist was nice and found a coupon for me to make the flu shot $30. Most of the time, you can get the flu shot free with your insurance, but I don't have any health insurance right now. Um, I have to wait 3 months, which is rough because my very first trip out, I got COVID. Um, so I can tell you about this pairing. A pairing is a group of trips with the same crew. Um, so on Monday, I flew from Houston to Newark, New Jersey on an Airbus 319, A319. Um, and then we flew from New Jersey to Atlanta. We were delayed in New Jersey a little bit because there was a big storm coming and they actually canceled all the outbound flights, but then um they found a route for us to go. So we had to go kind of around the storm over the ocean for a little bit. So then that took a little bit longer. So we got to Atlanta a little bit later than we expected, and so I didn't even get to see my homies there. I contacted one of my homies in Atlanta, and he never got back with me. So I hope you're all right, Kendrick. Hope you're good, bro. Um, I should have called you. You're probably better about calling than text. Some people are like that. It's okay. I just kind of went to sleep in my hotel, and then we woke up early, and the ATL. I'll be 21 on Monday. All right. Well, happy early birthday to you, Mason. Um, so yeah, early on Monday, we had to go from Atlanta to New Orleans, and that Atlanta airport is terrible. It is terrible. Um, we as flight attendants, we have known crew member line to go through. By the way, please disregard the stuff behind you. I'm in the process of organizing. My green screen is not up. I actually took it down. Um, just so it wouldn't be in the way of my organizing. So that's why I don't have a virtual background up right here. You can just see my office with all the stuff. This is actually real stuff, real stuff back here. Anyway, yeah. So the we were on a shuttle bus from the hotel to the airport, and they had 5 lanes of traffic go down to one. So that delayed us for a few minutes, and then We got into the airport, and the TSA line was huge. The TSA pre-check line was huge, which I've never seen such a long line for TSA pre-check. And the known crew member line wasn't too bad, but they pulled us aside. Every once in a while, they'll pull people aside for random screening. So that means we have to go into the pre-check line, but we cut in front of everybody, and we put our bags up there. And unless we just have like a gun or something, they're gonna let us through. So the thing is like the belts that they make us wear, our uniform belts, they go off in the metal detector. So I have to take the belt off, which I normally wouldn't do. Um, it's whatever. That's Demu. That's Demu right there running around. She's snooping around. So yeah, and then like once you get through to a TSA, you have to go down an escalator to get to a train, and they normally have like 2 or 3 escalators, but that morning they only had 1, and so there was a huge like 2 lines of people trying to get on the escalator, and we were just like, "We gotta cut these people," and thankfully the people let us through. Nobody gave us any problem because we had to get to the plane. So we got down the escalator, and then we had to get on the train, and the train, from the T terminal, we had to go all the way to, like, the D terminal or whatever. So we got on the train, and then we to get to our gate, it was at the very opposite end from where it let us off. It was the very last gate, and we got there with a few minutes to spare, thankfully. And oh, my mom sent me $2. Thanks for the thanks for the super chat, mom. She didn't say anything. She just sent me $2. Thank you for the cake. I think it tasted okay. I'm having a hard time tasting stuff. I don't know if you saw the beginning. Somebody's calling me. I don't know who's calling me. I wish spam risk decline. Yeah, that was weird. My phone silences it, but I was hearing it because my phone is connected to my Mac. Um, yeah, so I'm drinking this lime cucumber Gatorade that my friend Jeff brought for me this morning. I can't taste it. Anyway, so we get on the plane. It's an A319 again, which those are the smaller ones, and I barely fit in the jump seat harness because I'm obese. Um, so, uh, but either way, we get on the plane, and the captain was saying something about there's a little bit of engine problems, so he's gonna have to do a little thing to get the engines to work, and we were kind of like, oh, okay. But it was fine. We got up in the air and we flew to New Orleans, and we let people off in New Orleans, and then we let people on. Like the flight from Atlanta to New Orleans, there weren't very many people on the plane, and then when we got to New Orleans, it was a pretty much full flight going from New Orleans to Houston. But most of those people were just flying to Houston to get connections to other places. So when we were on when we were in New Orleans, we backed out from the gate, and on the tarmac, we lost all power. We lost all power. Um, like it couldn't even make announcements over the PA. It started to get hot in there. Um, yeah, and people were getting angry. And then yeah, see right here, I can't believe someone posted you on TikTok. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Someone posted me on TikTok because they were like, "We went off the plane," and I said, "Well, you can't get off the plane. We're in the middle of the tarmac. It's not safe." And one lady was like, "You can't talk to us like that." I'm like, I don't. I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't understand what your issue is." And the guy was filming and put me on TikTok saying, "I'm never flying Spirit Airlines again." Well, I shouldn't say that even the airline. I mean, most of you guys know, but I'm not. I'm trying not to. We're not supposed to really talk about the company, but um, yeah, he was just like, We got towed back to the gate, and a couple people did get off. I think the guy that was, making TikTok videos, I think he did get off. Um, but screw that guy, honestly. He was just looking for something. He was just looking for trouble, and, I can understand some people being a little nervous about, the airplane not working right when we first tried to leave, but, the captain wouldn't put us up in the air. Good thing he didn't go viral. Yeah, I don't know how many views that got or anything. I don't even know how. I only saw it because, one of the other crew members, posted it in our crew chat, and, I didn't do anything wrong. People were demanding free stuff, and I was like, "I can't do that." I said, "If we're here for 90 minutes, we can do that." And they're like, "90 minutes? That's too long." I'm like, The law is 2 hours, you know? Our company policy is 90 minutes. Before that, I can't give you anything, I'm sorry. Um, honestly, pe and then this one lady was like, "Am I gonna miss my connection? I gotta get back to LA to be in at work tonight." And I'm like, "I didn't say this to this lady, because I was being nice." But I'm like, people, if you have somewhere to be that day, don't travel because, um, it's stuff happens all the time on every airline that is unforeseen, and you can miss your connection, or, there could be a plane issue or it could be a weather issue. So don't expect like I went to Iceland 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, and um the flight from Houston to Boston was delayed because they had bad weather in Boston. And by the time we finally left, we got to Boston and the plane I was supposed to get on to go to Iceland, I actually saw it taken off. Luckily, I used a travel agency and Jeff, avoid all connections, pay extra. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, try not to take flights where you have to worry about connections. For real. I mean, there are direct flights from New Orleans to LA. I don't know why, people were all mad. They said, "Happy birthday." Thank you, dude. I don't know if you saw, but I am drinking this lime cucumber. I can't taste it. I can't taste it. As I was saying earlier, I did enjoy those breakfast tacos. Those were very good. That red sauce was very hot. I could taste that was hot, and I could taste the tortillas. But everything else was all I could taste was heat and the tortillas. I don't know. Terrence says, "Hello, hey Terrence, the best flavor ever. The heat or the lime cucumber? I don't I don't know. I don't know." Um, but yeah, so it's just some travel tips for you guys. Don't try not if you can avoid depending on you can if you can avoid depending on connections, do always try to fly nonstop somewhere, even if it does cost a little bit more. You won't have to worry about those connections, um, whether you miss them or not. And then these people were on the plane and they were demanding we give them water. We were stuck for like 20 minutes. And it was a little uncomfortable in there. I agree because there was no airflow or anything. And that's how I'm pretty sure I got COVID because we didn't have airflow in the cabin that would filter that out. There were um there were three ladies in a row of seats and these two ladies were together and they were wearing masks and they asked if I had a thermometer because they said the lady next to them was acting sick and I was like, I don't have a thermometer, I'm sorry. um, I'm pretty sure that sick lady was freaking flying with COVID and got me sick. So the other 2 flight attendants, as far as I know, are fine. I mean, they've probably gotten COVID 20 times over so far, so they probably have, like, super immunities to it, with on top of getting the vaccines and the boosts that they've gotten. So so they were fine. Um, who is this Fort Worth number calling me? S spam risk. Crescent, Texas. You're getting blocked. Alright. So yeah, one thing I said I was gonna do is, I don't know. I was supposed to go to San Salvador, El Salvador tomorrow. Um, that was gonna be a turn. I was gonna fly there and then fly straight back. I wasn't even gonna be able to get off the plane. I would have probably been able to look out the window and take some pictures. I've never been down there before. That would have been really, really cool. But I talked with HR and I talked with crew scheduling, and I went and because, like I said, I've been having these at-home COVID tests, and they've all been coming up positive 3 days in a row. So they told me to go get the lab test done and send it to them as soon as I could. So thankfully, COVID tests are still free. So I was able to go to Quest Diagnostics again. It's not a sponsorship, but I've been able to go to them for a couple times for free COVID tests now. So I'm very thankful that they're there. And mom, if you're still watching, um, they were um, they were just down the street, um, a little bit closer to my house than the one on the other side in 1960. Thank you so much, Fathom RL. Now that reminds me, I think you were one of my viewers of the Texas the State Fair of Texas video. So, um, oh, now I'm looking at date. All right, so I'm gonna pull up this video, the State Fair of Texas video here. I just want to. Oh, I don't want to listen to it. I just want to look at the comments here because there were 2 people. I asked people to leave a comment that say "Treats of Texas." Um, no, it was LKS and Tiffany T. A couple people said a couple rude comments, so I just gave them thumbs down. So LKS and Tiffany T. Um, let me see. Oh, you said it probably a Dynamo vlog. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I had to stop doing the soccer vlogs when I had to go off for training. Um, prize wheel. No, online. Okay. Tiffany T. And what was the other person? LKS. LKS. Okay, let me show this. I should have done this before. Let's do that. Present. Oh, they changed the name of that. It used to be share screen. Now it's present. All right. So only 2 people. I said I was going to do this. I was going to do this prize uh, on this live stream today, and I said comment with treats of Texas to win this decal pack. Um, you might not want it because I have it might be covered in COVID now. Ugh, I don't know. So Only 2 people left those comments, so one of these 2 people are gonna win. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Let's see who the winner is. And it looks like the winner is Tiffany T. All right, congratulations, Tiffany T. All right, that there was a 50-50 chance. And so I'm glad that now I'm gonna tell Tiffany that she's the winner. You're oh, you're the winner. Ooh, winner. Email me at brobzip at gmail.com with your address and I'll send it along. I'll try to disinfect it before I mail it. So Tiffany T, congratulations. She gets the sticker pack. Can't wait for the Astros game tonight. Yeah, man, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this now, so I'll be finished in time for the Astros Yankees game 2. Um, the Yankees are a good team. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but even the Mariners games, even though we swept them, those were still hard games. Oh, dude, I cannot taste this at all. I cannot taste this at all. So yeah, I was supposed to go to San Salvador tomorrow and back. And yeah, I had to call in sick, which sucks because I'm on probation for 6 months. And when you're on probation, you call out sick, you get a point. Well, when you call out sick at any time, you get a point. But if you call out sick within during your probation period, any points you get during your probation, you get double points. Um, so I got 2 points, and you can get fired once you get to 7 points. So uh, I can't get sick again. The good thing is like I can extend my sick time without getting more points added. So with the COVID, I did reach out to HR and they sent me an email on the policy and what I needed to do. That's why I had to go get the COVID test done today. And she told me that she was going to send it out. I got there early enough before the mail came. So it was going to be sent out today. So they should have the results tomorrow, hopefully. So then I can send that to my HR. Then I can call out again for Saturday. And then after that, I have one, two, three. I had 4 guaranteed days off. So until next Friday, I was on reserve again. No, till Thursday. Excuse me, Thursday. I was back on reserve. So I would hope by Thursday I'll be better. Yeah, I'm a lot better than I was yesterday, even. So the main thing that's bothering me right now is my congestion. It's just nonstop, and I do get allergies pretty bad, and then sometimes if I'm congested for a while, it'll start draining into my chest, and then I'll get a chest infection, which is never fun, and I have to get on antibiotics for that. That happened to me a few months ago, and I didn't have insurance. I had to do the CVS like doctor on demand, and they prescribed me some antibiotics, and it cost me like $100. Um, do you get to choose where you go? Do they pick for you? As reserve right now, they pick for me. And right now, basically, it's when someone who did already pick has to call out, whether they're sick or they have another reason they had to call out. They'll pick a reserve person, and I don't know how they break down the reserve people. Like that trip I took this past this past week, the trip I took was because somebody on that pairing um, had to call out for that. It's like her sister got into a car wreck and she had to go fly and be with her sister or something. I don't know the specifics. I just knew she couldn't be there. So that team of flight attendants, they knew that person, and I was the new person coming in to replace that person. And they were very helpful. They really helped me. Um, um, so yeah, and then the trip to San Salvador tomorrow was because someone who was booked to do that called out, and so like I'm calling out now, so they're gonna have to put somebody else on that, somebody else that's on reserve. There's a lot of us on reserve because they just hired. There was a whole bunch of us that just went through training. So next month, I was able to bid for my schedule for next month, and I'm still gonna be on reserve next month. But there's reserve time A, B, and C. And this month I'm on B, which is they can call you anytime between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Um, to tell you whether or not you're going to go on a flight. Um, this next month I'm going to be on reserve A, which means they can call me anytime between midnight and 10 a.m. And tell me to go on a flight. Um, uh, your roommate didn't get hired, right? No, the crazy Cuban, he got kicked out. The crazy Cuban got kicked out of training. So, say la vie. He wouldn't have made it. He was a terrible person. He would have come to work drunk and high and everything. That's a big no-no. I do have my FAA flight attendant license. It's actually pretty cool. It's an actual ID. So I've got my flight attendant license. I've got my Spirit ID. I have my known crew member badge. It's pretty cool. So, okay, some other things, you know, on my guaranteed days off, I can go and fly anywhere. That's not just where Spirit flies. I can go on other airlines and fly wherever they fly. It's really it's really one of the best benefits um, of being a flight attendant is the fact that you can just basically fly wherever. And what I was going to do this week, tomorrow I was supposed to fly. I called out sick. Saturday I'm still listed as reserve, but they told me I'm going to have to call again tomorrow to call out for that day, and then just keep extending it as I need to. Um, then I think I'm going to be okay at the end of my guaranteed days off on. So I think on Thursday, if they call me in next Thursday, a week from now, I should be okay because I'm already feeling better than I was feeling yesterday. So, but I'm not going to push it. Sunday, me and my mom, we were going to go to the Texas Renaissance Festival. That's not happening. I'm not going to the Renaissance Festival right now. And then Monday, I was going to fly to Salt Lake City and spend a couple days there because I'd never been there before. And I was going to go to one of the best haunted houses in the country called Nightmare on 13th. And they actually were going to give me a private tour and bring me backstage. And it was going to be so freaking cool. Um, and I had to email them. I was like, listen, I can't go. I got COVID. I don't want to risk traveling. Plus, I don't think it'd be a good look if I called out sick and then took a flight. You know what I mean? Like that would not look good on me at all. Um, but I don't want to put any other people at risk with people should be vaccinated, but I don't know. If you're flying, guys, try to get nonstop if you can, or if you do have layovers, make sure they're long enough that if there's some delays, you're not gonna be pushing it. Like tight layovers are you're asking for trouble. And I know you can't bring you can't bring like drinks through TSA, but once you get past TSA, bring an empty bottle, bring an empty cup, fill it with water because you don't want to be stuck on the runway and bitching at the flight attendants to give you expect them to give you free water. Um, bring some snacks. You don't want to buy snacks on the plane. They're raising the prices even on Spirit. Inflation's going up on everything. So you can bring food through TSA. You just can't bring liquids. You can bring soup. It's like it's a that was a thing we talked about the soups. It's like a percentage of liquid in the soup. You know, does that make sense? So like a tomato soup, probably not so much, but like a stew, you could probably bring through TSA. I don't know why you would, but people eat some strange stuff on the plane. I saw some people, they had like a whole like bento box like full of different things. I'm like, hey, you do you guys, that's good. I was like, oh, I actually told somebody, I was like, oh, you got a whole buffet there. That's nice, you know. And none of these flights in the US are, I mean, that I've gone on are more than like 3 hours. From Detroit to Los Angeles was like a 5-hour flight. That's a pretty long flight. So you might want to bring some food on a longer flight like that because even the Spirit the snacks they have, it's not really food. They just have chips and candy and stuff. So eat yourself a big meal, get some water or get some drinks. You don't have to buy the expensive drinks from. You know what I did the other day? My One of my fellow flight attendants. Well, this is when we were on reserve. I was standing ready reserve, so I was at the airport on on Sunday, and I had just got my known crew member badge to work. So I says, "I'm overdue for my service on my Honda." Well, I haven't been driving it that much. So, and I have less miles than they're estimating. Thank you, Carfax. Um, so we wanted to test the known crew member. We went through the wrong line. We went through the TSA pre-check line, but we still got through. But she ordered a vente or whatever, and I just asked for ice water, and they gave it to me free cup of nice cold ice water. Sometimes Starbucks does that. Sometimes they don't. I mean, I was wearing my Spirit uniform, so maybe they were more cool about it. Um, but that's a little trick. If you're going with somebody that's buying a coffee, just ask, "Hey, can I get some water too?" They always do that for free. That's a little life hack for you there. If you want some free water, because for some reason they do a lot of the airports they do have the water fountains where you could put the bottle underneath there. Sometimes the water is not very good, and it's definitely not cold. So, anyway, so I was supposed to go to the Renaissance Festival on Sunday. That's not happening. I was supposed to go to Salt Lake City. Oh gosh, and I tried to hit up a couple people on couch surfing uh, to find a place to stay, and I couldn't find anybody. So I went ahead and went on Airbnb and rented a hostel. I did not pay for the insurance because I was like, "Oh, there's nothing that's going to stop me from going." Well, I was wrong, man. I was wrong. Um, so I lost out on that. Um, it wasn't a lot, but it was still in the situation I am kind of hurt. So what can you do? But yeah, maybe I'll go to Salt Lake City some other time soon. Maybe I'll have a overnight stay or two there. Um, maybe I'll be able to go to some other cities. I don't know, man. If it's just like when we went to Atlanta the other night, like I was just tired. I was just tired. I also didn't sleep well the night before because I was a little nervous and excited about my first trip. Um, so I just wanted I had anxiety about it because it was my first trip. So I didn't sleep well, so I was pretty tired. So I just went to sleep. One of my coworkers, they went out and they had some fun adventures from what they told me. I can't. That's their stories. That's not mine, so I can't really say. But I don't know. We'll see. They were also a lot younger than me too. They were both in their. One was 22 and one was 29. Here I am. I just turned 45. But there's people of all ages that do this job. So, all right, guys. If there's nobody that has any more questions. Uh, I really need to blow my nose. This congestion, take some more medicine. This congestion's starting to get to me again. Start to get a little bit of a headache. Um, I'm going to turn on TBS and watch the Astros Yankees ALCS game 2. The roof is open. I know some people there. I hope they're having a good time tonight. And Tiffany T, you are the winner of this. I replied to your comment, told you how to contact me. Um, if I don't hear from you in a couple of days, then LKS will get this, and if they don't contact me, well then I'll just keep it. I mean, if you don't want, if you don't want me to mail you COVID, then, then I think you'll be okay. It's not COVID. Chris, thank you, Chris. Keep drinking that Gatorade. I hope you feel better. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope you had a great time at Full Terror Assault, brother. I'm gutted that I had to miss it this year so I could go to training. But Shane said he would move it. He'd move me to next year. He also told me he would mail me my stuff from last year, and he still hasn't mailed me anything. So, so we'll see if I show up there next year if he'll let me in or not. I'm like, let me in, let me in, let me in. It's funny, like my videos from last year. I made a few different videos for the bands, and I didn't make videos for every band. I filmed stuff for almost every band, but then I just got overwhelmed. But the Escuela Grind video really blew up. The Escuela Grind and the two different videos I made for Exodus both did really well. I mean, one it did well because uh, they put it on the Full Terror Assault website, so that really helped. I really appreciate Shane doing that for me. That was awesome. But I'll be there next year, man. I will be there next year, no matter what. Well, I shouldn't say no matter what. There's no tell. Who knows what's gonna happen between now and then? Shit. All right. I'm gonna go watch some baseball. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna blow my nose. I'm gonna keep drinking Gatorade. Keep drinking water. Dude, that's awesome. They signed Eugene jacket. That's really cool, man. Yeah, I know they came back. I know they've actually blown up recently too. They were doing something else coming up that was pretty big. I was like, all right, good for them. They're doing like some big tour or something. I don't know. Yeah, they added a fourth person because last year they only had 3 people. So, and I think from what I've seen, I think from your video, um, the sound issues last year were worked out, so they sounded a lot better too. So good for them. Good band. Cool people. All right, guys. I'm for real out. Until next time, remember to drink water or Gatorade. Listen to metal like Escuela Grind. It's a great band. Enjoy nature and have the most epic adventures. Get vaccinated. If you haven't done it, get your boosters too. Really, guys, two days and I'm feeling way better.